The silence of the first trimester isolates women, and that's what we can change and should change. And things that will stop us from doing that are our own indoctrinations.
As I talked to other mothers in the months afterwards, I discovered that there's a sense that you are not allowed to talk about your pain and your grief and your loss. And, you know, a sense that if you experience all those things, you are being a bit dramatic, that you need to sort of get over it. It was only, you know, in the first 12 weeks, you know, get over it. It's not really a pregnancy until it's after that 12 weeks.
I never knew that existed until my sister had her first baby, and she's like, actually, we shouldn't be telling everybody that I'm pregnant until 12 weeks. I said, what? Why is that? Oh, because you could, you know, we could have a miscarriage, and if it's, so what? It should be okay anyway.
It's a cultural sort of understanding that that's what we do, that we don't talk about subjects that are scary or emotionally challenging or uncomfortable. And pregnancy loss is uncomfortable for many people. They don't know how to deal with it, they don't know how to comfort people, they don't know what to say in those instances. So we kept very quiet about it because that was the cultural norm. And it wasn't until we lost Dougie that we realised that that was actually really detrimental to us and to our family and to our children.
It's always seemed a little bit crazy to me, that this sort of line in the sand that before 12 weeks somehow you're not supposed to share the news with anyone, and then after 12 weeks it's somehow absolutely safe to tell the whole world. And I don't think that's the case at all. And obviously it's a really, really individual decision when you choose to share the news and who you choose to share it with. But I think historically that came from the fact that the first scan was around about 12 weeks' time. So that's the time that you got confirmation that the pregnancy was okay and things were going to proceed and were going to be fine. And so somehow it was okay to share that, but not to share early on in case things didn't go so well. And actually I would say that the first trimester before the 12-week mark is when women need the most support.
You might be feeling tired, you don't want to go out drinking with the girls, you just want to go home and rest, and not be able to tell anybody. It's not necessarily for everyone.
If you do end up in a situation where you lose this pregnancy, it does mean if you've kept it silent that actually you get very little support and people don't really understand what you're going through, or that you then have to go and tell them, well, we were pregnant and now we've lost the baby, which is a much more difficult conversation to have than if you've actually told people that you were pregnant. And you might want to keep that to selected people, you know, who you tell, but I think it is important to tell some people to get that support.
In a very, very traditional way of thinking, it's a blessing from God and you must protect it from bad eye. So you don't talk about it during the first trimester, maybe with very close female family members, to make sure and give a protection from like bad eye, and then yeah, until you're safe.
Same. 同じように、12週以下は言わない方が。同じように12週以下は人に話さない方がいいとされていて、でもきっと親には言うと思います。あと親しい友達には。
If families knew that that it's okay to talk and it's okay to cry and it's okay to share your feelings and what's going on with others, whether they've been through it or not, you've got that support that can start to happen. But if people don't know you're pregnant in the first place, it can make it an extra step for that mum and dad to take before getting support. It can make it harder.
It's always after you've had a miscarriage, when you're halfway through dealing with it, that you talk to someone and they tell you that they've been through it too. And I think if it was more normalised, then those yucky, horrible feelings of failure or disappointment, you know, you can still feel really sad and really gutted that it hasn't worked for you, but not those feelings of kind of failure.
We told our families straight away, and our close friends as well, and the close friends in France, because they would have known, because I couldn't party with the girls and stuff like I could before.
We told who we trusted and we were comfortable telling, so
close family.
We told Simon's
friends.
sisters, his mum, his dad, my parents, my brother and his wife, and quite a lot of my close friends, a few of Simon's close friends. Yeah, just people we really trusted and we wanted to share that joy with. We didn't want us to be just a hidden statistic or our baby to be a hidden statistic. So I've generally been really open about our experience, and yeah, well, we're trying still, but if we get pregnant again, I'd do the same thing. For us, we wanted to tell people before the 12 weeks, but we also understand why people would want to wait.
Being pregnant is such a joyous occasion for the couple, right? It should be left to them whether they want to tell anyone or they don't want to tell anyone. They shouldn't come under the pressure of the 12-week rule.